Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Saad Hashim Works. And the movie that we are going to be reviewing today, it's the part 2 of Joker. And after watching the film, I did realize that trailers can be so much deceiving for the audience. Because after watching the trailer, I was expecting so much from the film in terms of storytelling because the part 1 offered so many interesting plot points that could be explored in the sequel, and especially with the addition of Lady Gaga in the film, I was expecting more from the plots that will be explored. And then I watched the film, and and I was highly disappointed with what they showed in the trailer and what they offered to us in terms of the storytelling. So let's get right into the storyline of the film. Arthur Fleck, after committing 5 murders, is now under custody, and his lawyer is giving this argument that all the crimes that were committed by him was actually not committed by Arthur but his split personality Joker to save him from a death sentence. But Arthur is still confused. Does he really have a split personality named Joker? And in between of that, he meets up Harley Quinn, the love of his life, and the series of events that will follow next, which will determine that either he will escape the prison with her or he will be sentenced to death, forms the basic storyline of Joker. Now, let's talk about what's good in the film. Actually, there are very little things that you can say that are good about the film because the title says Joker Madness for Two. But where is the madness? I'm still trying to find it, and I'm still trying to figure who is the mad man in the film. It is me who is watching the film, or is there really a madness in the film? So what's good about the film? Cinematography and lighting of the film. You really need to appreciate the cinematography and the lighting of the film by Lawrence Sher. Each and every single frame of the film is so well composed, so well lit, so well directed. One of my favorite sequences from the cinematography point of view was when Arthur was being taken back to his cell and it was all dark. You can only see a street light coming through the window. A little silhouette of Arthur can be seen, and the entire cell was dark. And then the guard closes the gate, and then we can only see Arthur through a small rectangular window of the door of the cell, and then he lights up a cigarette. It was such a well composed shot, beautiful aesthetically, cinematography wise, and it was so nicely done. And it also showed what the character was going through. Arthur was alone. All he was seeking a light of hope in that entire moment. Secondly, the one of and the sequences that are one of my favorite sequences shot in the film was when there was a fire in the asylum, and caused by Harley Quinn, and everyone was running and trying to come control the fire. And in between all that chaos, we see Harley and Arthur dancing and singing in the rain. That entire sequence is so nicely lit. The entire dance sequence is so well choreographed and so well shot. The entire movement of camera looks so beautiful in the scene, uh, which actually made it look beautiful, not just cinematography wise, but also what the character is going through. Because that showed that when Joker is with Harley Quinn, Arthur is with Harley Quinn, and when they both are together, they don't see the world around them, they don't see the people around them, they are just involved and indulged in their own universe that they have created. Chemistry between Arthur and Harley Quinn. First half hour of the film, you can actually see the chemistry building up between Harley and Arthur, which actually gives you expectations and hope that the film will actually go in different direction from this point of view. and it will explore more of their chemistry and the madness that they both can explore in their lives and outside of it. And then, because in the initial scenes of the first half hour, you see the chemistry building between them. One of the really well written scenes is when Arthur comes out of the music room. Harley is smoking a cigarette in the hallway, and they both talk to each other. You can actually see the little character arc shift of Arthur. You can see the difference how he talks to other people in the film, and then how he talks to Harley. He's so comfortable, so calm with her, and he can actually let his heart out in front of her. He's so easy with her. That shows how he is being treated in the prison and how she treats him. She pushes him, she makes him believe, and she eases the chaos that is going inside his head, because he's been continuously told by his lawyer, excuse me, he's continuously being told by his lawyer that all the crimes that were committed, that was not committed by him. It was his split personality, and he's an innocent man. So that there is confusion going inside his head, and Harley is that person that calms him down. Now we now I need to talk about the things that should have worked for the story, but were not incorporated in the screenplay as effectively as they should have. Firstly, actually, because the first part actually offered a lot of interesting plot points for the sequel to be explored. Firstly, the connection with Bruce Wayne's family. It was an important plot point in the first part, which needed to be explored, but then there was nothing about it in the sequel. They just touched upon that plot point, and then they just went on. And because that plot point needed to be explored more, because it can tell you more about why Arthur was going through so much. He had so many questions regarding his mother's relationship with the Wayne's family, and that needed to be explored more so that his personality could be more easily defined for us as an audience. But that aspect of the connection with the Wayne's family was not explored. How it affected Bruce, because this connection, if it was explored in more detail, it would actually benefit the other Batman movies as well that are scheduled to come in the following years. But there was no connection with connection shown with the Batman story and how it was related to Joker and Arthur Fleck. Other than that, the second thing I needed to discuss was that one another interesting point that needed to be explored in the film was the the condition in which the part one ended, and how Joker was then, and how he's been shown in the sequel. Because in the part one, we looked at him from being someone who is bullied all his life, someone who is being oppressed all his life, from being someone who wants an ounce of appreciation in his life, and then turning into this hot-headed rebel who has gathered that immense amount of followers, who are also being oppressed, not given opportunity for what they deserve. Arthur being their leader was a new angle to the storyline. And then you see him in this sequel. He's so quiet, he's so confused, he's just like a puppet whose strings are under Harley's hand or either his lawyer's hand. He cannot make any decisions for himself. That's not how we left Joker in the first part. So that was also an interesting aspect that needed to be explored, but it was not. Now comes the part what did not work for the film. There's so many things that did not work for the film. Let's go one by one on that. Firstly, the screenplay started to loosen its grip after the first half hour. After the first half hour, when you actually want things to go wild, things to go mad between Harley Quinn and Arthur coming together and doing wild, crazy adventures, exploring things, and they do none of these because in your head you are thinking all of this will come now after the first half hour has been explored, their relationship has been explored, Arthur's condition has been explored. Now you know there are so many exciting things to come, but they never come. Secondly, the biggest issue with the film was that it was stuck between two places, asylum and courtroom. In the first part, we actually explored the entire Gotham City, its condition, its scenarios, how it's being operated, how they treat people, how the people are living, how Arthur is getting affected by it, how his life changes in the same city. There were so many things that were explored in the film through the geographical point of view of the entire city of Gotham. But in this part, we are just watching asylum, then courtroom, asylum, courtroom, asylum, courtroom. The audience actually becomes tired of watching these two places again and again, again and again. You need to explore the entire city. It had so much role to play in Arthur's life, and none of that was explored, which actually became the crucial point that the audience started to lose its interest in the narrative of the film. Then, as much expectation I had with Lady Gaga joining the franchise of Joker and how much she had to offer to the film. But when I saw the film, only thing Lady Gaga did was singing. After every 7 to 8 minutes, there has to be a song in the film between Joker and Arthur. For a moment, I also felt like I was watching a Karan Johar film. No offense to Karan Johar, he has made good films as well. But I at least thought I was watching a Karan Johar film. After every 10 to 12 to 15 minutes, there will be a good romantic song between the two leads and they will enjoy their chemistry. That's what was happening in Joker Part 2. After every 10 minutes, Lady Gaga will come, she will sing, and then Arthur will also start singing, and their dream scenario will keep on going and going and going. There were so many dream sequences, so many manifestation sequences through all those songs going on, trying to make Joker a musical, and which was a badly failed attempt when they were trying to do it because the singing was not actually working because she was playing Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is not a person who just needs to sing and comfort Joker and Arthur for his condition. She needs to do a lot more than that because what Margot Robbie played in as Harley Quinn was so much different than what Lady Gaga played. Lady Gaga was just, I don't know, she was showing her singing talent, that how well she can sing. It was looking like she was in an American Idol, and then she was going through different rounds. She has to sing again, or wait for the other round, then she has to sing again. There was so much singing that actually I have seen people going fed up in the cinema that what the hell is going on in the film? Why is she just keep singing and singing and singing again and again? Though it was shown as she was comforting Arthur's character, but it did not work at all. There was so much of the singing that it actually looked bad. It actually impacted the screenplay. It because it was not going anywhere. It was just getting stuck at this one place in their manifestation world. Rather than that, if they had shown both of them escaping the prison and doing a lot of things that they could have done, then the screenplay would have worked more towards a good ending. A good progressive screenplay could have been shown if they took that direction of Arthur and Harley running out of the prison, but they never did that. Even if you notice, performance of Joaquin Phoenix was not that good either. In the first part, you notice Arthur was going through a disease that he was laughing at moments that when no one was laughing, and he had this condition, and there was an initial scene when he was laughing uncontrollably in the bus, and the woman sitting in front of him gets uncomfortable, and then he passes her this card and tells her that I have this condition, so that she can understand. So that thing he was going through, his laughter condition, was so naturally performed. And in this sequel, you will see there are moments when he is laughing and he's trying to show that this is his condition. It's getting worse and worse. Even that laughter this time was not convincing. He was trying so hard, Joaquin Phoenix, to make it look convincing, but it was not convincing. It was just getting repetitive to give that nostalgic factor that, yes, he had that condition in the previous part, and it is being continued in this part as well. Excuse me. The courtroom scene. Oh, the courtroom drama is so stretched in this film, because after Asylum we go to the courtroom, and the courtroom sequences are so long, so stretched, that you actually get tired of watching them. Arthur fighting his own case. He's quiet, he's confused. Harley Quinn supporting him. All that was good that you have placed that portion in the film, but you do not have to make it the entire second half. You could have shortened all those courtroom sequences, and the blast that happened in the climax in the courtroom sequence could have come much earlier. It could have been easily the interval block of the film, and after that we could have explored Arthur escaping the prison with Harley and doing so many crazy things that he wanted to do, because he became this rebel, hot-headed person who had so much to say and so much to do to all those people who treated him badly. But the courtroom drama was so long and stretched that it actually became boring. It was not even convincing to see what Arthur was going through. You are not feeling attached to his character. Then the final thing is the abrupt ending. If you wanted to end Joker's character, there were so many interesting ways to do that. But I don't know what the makers decided was so abrupt, out of nowhere. It was not something like that came to you as a surprise. It was much of a feeling of, like, what the hell is just happening in the film now? Why would you kill Joker like this? He deserves so much more than just being getting killed like that. And that ending was so abrupt. There was nothing left uh, for the audience to dissect, to deconstruct what might have happened, what might have not happened, who came to visit him. Nothing was shown, and making Joker abruptly being killed by a person in the asylum. It was so bad. It was so badly written. The ending of the film is so bad. I was shocked that I actually wasted the money when I decided to go and watch the part two of the film. So that was the review, guys. Uh, you tell me in the comment section how, if you have watched the film, how did you find the film? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it not that? Was it not worth your time to watch it? And how did you like the film? Tell me about it in the comments below. Until then, this is me, Sad Hashim, signing off. We will meet again next time with another movie review, or we will be talking about another film discussing cinema. And until then, hope you are doing well in your life. And this is me, Sad Hashim, signing off. Take care. Allah Hafiz.